5 stop move. That's 37 is 53. I'm sorry. So, we've seen one lap. We've seen a car hit the wall. We've seen 2 cars make contact, and they should be making contact with these 2 cars. There's a report on the radio that there's lots of drive shaft. So that's a drive shaft that came out. That's why I thought it was a bumper, because it looks pretty significant there. But apparently, they're reporting a drive shaft all over the patch straight away. So, unfortunately, they're tough riders, unfortunately. And right, it's interesting to see what happens with Scott Hadley now. That's 04. We've seen him take the green flag, take a little bit of lead, and then suddenly give it up on the back stretch. What's happening? He's very strong. Starting to walk away with it. But then you know what's going to happen here. You have to be different from me by 50% right there. Got you. No, I was 45. All right, well, never mind. I can pass it over. All right, here we are, getting ready to go back green. Round out here, back in the way. Not be able to get the restart to make as he works for one of the trying to get that car wound up. Out of the shaft window. Here's the 45 goes up the racetrack. Here's looking at that. Way around here. However, it's pretty short.
Go to patreon.com/speedwayvideo now.
All right, he's out of the car, ladies and gentlemen. Make some noise for Dan Webb, your winner. Well, Dan, I talked to you earlier, and you said it was going to be a fun night. This is a good way to starting off in the victory here. The first of two features tonight. It's got a good night. I tell you what, me and my brother worked on this thing for about 4 or 5 hours last night. Couldn't get it right. We finally got it dialed in. I took it down the street in my neighborhood, and it just ran like a scalded dog. And I was like, it's good night. Here we are. It really looks like you're starting to get the hang of this car. You came out beginning of the season. We gave you a new nickname because you couldn't get the handle off before. But you got this thing running really, really well now. Yeah, it was so hard to get in my head that when it started to spin out, to hit the gas, I kept hitting the brakes. And every time you hit the brakes, you saw what happened. I mean, I spin out every time. And I think I'm finally getting it figured out. And it's a good car. So I'm happy. You certainly proved that you had the 44 running close to it. What's going to take with this second feature that's coming up later on? You think the track and the change calls are different than we have to go? You're just going to go full out in front of you again. The way my luck goes, it's hard to tell what's going to happen. I hope nothing changes, and I want to be right here again. So we'll see if you can do it. Congratulations on win number 1. Hopefully we'll talk to you here in Hampton and Victory Lane later on. Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for Dan Webb, your winner in Bomber feature number 1.
Go to patreon.com/speedwayvideo now.
Patrick Thomas working his way out of the car. Give it up one more time for Patrick Thomas, tonight's 50-lap feature winner. Patrick, we watched you show tremendous patience for over 40 laps, battling lap car time and time again, giving you a heck of a run. Little bit of late race altercations that we're having here. A little bit of a late race altercation going on here. One moment. Patrick, you put on a heck of a show. Over 40 laps, you showed tremendous patience. Lap car after lap car, getting in your way. Finally, a lap car worked out your advantage. You're able to work with the thing. Walk us through those last 10 laps there.
Well, I kept getting underneath of JR and Vector, and it was, I kept winning, kept staying out there with my car, I never got into it. Finally, I had to work it smooth with about the back of my door, and I was going to run into the back of the lap car. And he tried to get out there, and it happened. And I didn't touch it the whole race. And after the race, we got to put the door on, and we got the back stretch. I didn't have my heat out, so that's all I can say. I worked the magic plane. Well,
All right, one moment here as Mr. Thomas is making sure his crew stays cordial here. We'll get Mr. Thomas back over here. Who would you like to thank here for making this all happen for you? If you get to see the victory lane now, it's always a good place to see it.
yeah, it's just like you see when you go to the racetrack, it's just like you go to the racetrack. You go to the racetrack, it's just like you do. And we did it again. We did exactly what we had to do. I was in the spot pass, his nose was at my right rear, even though it wasn't into the lap car. Well, I'm not going to hit the lap car. He's in the right. He was in the correct position. I did drive me into the lap car. Yeah, he had to go up the track. I'll tell you that if I did. I ran him up the track to not hit a lap car. I did, absolutely. After the race crap, where you tear up race cars after the race, there's several people here that have done it. I'm just glad my hand wasn't out the window. If my hand would have stuck out this window as high as he hit me, he'd have broke my hand. We have to do something about it. Whether I race here again, it doesn't matter. We have to do something about it. Somebody has to do it.
And Patrick, we love having you here. Nonetheless, Patrick Thomas, your 50-lap Sportsman feature winner. George, what did that look like from your perspective when those guys got together?
I mean, you gotta be patient with them lap cars, man. I mean, the lap cars will wipe you out. I'm surprised both of them are still rolling. I mean, they got up there in concrete, and I'm like, Lee, man, we just waited a little bit to pass the lap car and straightaway they've been a lot better off. But, hey, our first night here, this car is brand new to us. I mean, it's only the second race other than Pensacola last year. And it's, I mean, to run second, I run Sean, and me right there up Patrick, and 407 is real strong. I mean, I'm pretty proud of it. We got some work to do to it, make it a little bit better, but it's in one piece, and that's what I wanted because my goal was take it to Pensacola next week, and I ain't got to work like crazy this week. We just work on making it faster.
Definitely looks like the lap cars were a factor for you, and every time you would catch one, the field would separate a little bit. You need a late race caution, get up there, reset, get some clean racetrack, maybe battle for the win.
Yeah, I mean, you know, Sean lost the race car here due to the lap cars, and figured people would start to be a little more patient around the lap cars, but for some reason they think they got a race in the corner, but, you know, that's everybody's different. But I can't thank Parker Linestripe enough, James Carter, Crash Clean for us, Just in Time Auto Sales, my wife, my crew chief, my little boy, and this racetrack is putting on a show. Hopefully we get some more cars out here, and also I can't thank the fans enough because it wasn't for y'all we didn't do this.
Well, George, we appreciate you being here. Congratulations on second place. Great run out of the O3. Make some noise.
Jason, you see the battle from the back. You got a great view of what was going on up front. You had a great battle with the 03 there for a long time. Walk us through those last 15, 10 laps there for you.
There was a couple times I thought I was almost cleared. I had to get in the road. I thought I was sitting in a good spot when the 111 took out to 71. I mean, I'm not gonna weigh in on that, but it's still came on that. But we'll take it on. We'll take it over next week.
Sounds good. Jason, man, we consider you one of the big four here. You're always up front. You're always a contender here. It's great to see that. Would you like to thank to help make this happen for you?
I gotta thank my dad for all the help he does. Help me.
Sounds good. Make some noise for tonight's third place finisher, Jason Babb.
Go to patreon.com/Speedway Video now.
your racers. It's good to see your victory lane taking the checkered flag.
Yeah, I got to thank all the fans for coming out. You know, we're trying to build this racetrack up. We're trying to get more cars, more fans out here. We appreciate all you guys coming. If it wasn't for y'all, we wouldn't be able to have this place, first of all. So, you know, we'll get the track better, and hopefully you guys will come and see another big show or more races in the future. But I got to thank Kevin Fingers for letting me drive this hot rod. You know, I build these things. I mentor these kids and help other people out. You know, I don't get to race very often because my clients are always racing. You know, when I do race, I try to do my best and do all I can. You know, look, unfortunately, Jerry had trouble tonight. It probably would have been a good race before us because it was still early in the race. You know, and I hate it for him because he's a good racer, and I think he could have put on a good show for the fans.
Yeah, and you mentioned Simon, and he's been dominant out here as of late. If he hadn't broke, would you still have some for him?
I don't know. I can just say it. He was early in the race when he broke, you know. So it's hard to tell, but I had a good hot rod tonight, and, you know, hopefully when Wayne isn't racing in the future, I can get back out here and we'll be in the same spot.
All right, well, hey, it was good to see you take advantage of it here tonight. Congratulations on the win. Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for Jason Boyd, your winner.
Go to patreon.com/speedwayvideo now.
All right, the green flag is out for our first match race. The Lightning, the Ford Lightning, of the Dodge Ram. Right now it's the Lightning. He's got the advantage. Here they come down the back straightaway into 3. The Ford Lightning, he still has quite an advantage if he can make it through this corner. I think that lift is not helping that Dodge turn very well. It's going to be the Ford. Here he comes down to win it. The Ford Lightning wins it. Does that second. We'll see if Wes can live up to his word here. And there's the green flag. Wes is broken and going out in turn number 1. He can make the corner. So Wes with a big lead. I think he's the microphone. He's trying to help him. I'll find a helmet. He's found one. So we got another competitor for the main event as Wes. No doubt about it. He's got it off of turn 4. Wes Hode coming down over Fabio Martinez in the Kia. The Ford took down one Dodge earlier. We'll see if we can do it again. There's the green flag. All right, the Lightning, just like Lightning, takes off. Let's see if Craig can catch him here. So I hope Eric's taking notes over here behind me because he's going to have to handicap the field once we put them all together. Let's see if they make it down the back straightaway into turn number 3. Doug Benson's coming through. Where's Craig? There he is. All right, Craig, get on it. Come on, hammer it. Doug Benson going to win it in the Ford Lightning. Here comes Craig like he's driving to work. Real excited to get there. All right, Wes, no pressure here, buddy. There's the green. Wes is on again. Just still off of this one. We'll see if the Lightning can catch him. Wes has a bit of a lead there in 2. Down into 3. Wes with a sizable lead over Doug. Can Wes make it out of 4? This is the closest race we've seen so far. But Wes, gotta get it done. Boy, and Wes, take it slow, working out going. From the outside. And Wes takes the lead in turn 1. Well, that was a bold move. Now let's see if everybody can make it. Wes believes this car has a leak in his tire. So maybe it'll come flat. So Wes with a big lead over Connor Dargis in second. And look at this. Cut back in traffic. He's going around Craig Underwood. So Lightning back in third and Wes is gone. Look at battle back here. The front look out in turn 1. But I Fabio goes way high. Craig tries to hold him on the bottom. Good side-by-side battle back there for last. Here comes Tuebok down the front straightaway. I think the battle's going to be on for a second. We'll see if Connor can hold on for Ford Lightning. Let's go, Benson. Craig continues to battle back here with Fabio for last. Craig says, come on, take me on the outside. Fabio's going to try to look inside. Can't quite get him. Wes is just out for a Sunday drive now, hanging out of the car. Move him as he comes by. Connor Darga still hanging on to second. And here comes Ford Lightning. See if he can get around him. He's going to try to go high. Craig's still back here holding on Fabio for fourth. Wes is going to let him catch him. Let's see. He's backed off and it's completely stock car. Wes, they're getting bigger behind you, buddy. We'll see if Benson can get around Dargis here. The battle really going to be for second. As soon as Wes finds where the gas pedal is. Craig's still holding on Fabio back here for fourth. Beer driving. Here comes Fabio. Here comes Fabio. He wants fourth. Craig will ride in that bottom. And second flag. Let's go. Wins the Spectator Race again. Connor Dargan. Second. Third into the Doug Benson. And we'll watch the battle for fourth. They're somewhere. There they are. Here comes Craig. Craig Underwood in the Dodge. Fabio Martinez in the Kia. Fabio, he's running out of time. Craig Underwood's going to get home in fourth. Fabio's going to be in fifth. And he's going to do something here. Show down into victory lane. Uh-oh, what's Wes doing? Never seen him run so fast. Oh, he's climbing the fence, ladies and gentlemen. Tony Stewart is here with us tonight. Oh, and now he takes the tumble. Biggest wreck of the night is the West. I think he's going to do it again now with the flag. Oh, he gets his money. That's where he was going. That's why he was running so much faster. All right, Wes. Man, I've been talking to you all night. I was hoping to talk to somebody different. Well, congratulations, sir. Nobody could take your challenge tonight and beat you. Looks like you're having fun out there, though.
Brian, I learned one thing tonight. I'm too fast to climb the fences.
I think they enjoyed it, though. Did you guys like seeing him try to climb the fence? There you go. That's what it's all about. Putting on a show for these guys.
Man, this is a lot of fun, man. I wish we could do this every weekend. Then again, I'd probably be going through tires a heck of a lot quicker than I need to be. Want to thank everybody here at New Smyrna, the staff, everything, allowing us to do this, allowing us fans to come out and experience something like this. Not every track around the country is able to do this. So shout out to New Smyrna Speedway for allowing us to do this. Man, I'll tell you what, watching that lightning go around the track, I'm like, man, I might be able to get me that. And I was a little nervous, and then he pulled me head to head there. I'm like, man, I'm about to look stupid. And then after we went into turn one, I was like, all right, maybe I have something to do tonight. But again, thank you everybody for coming out tonight. Thank you for watching. Thank you for supporting. I'll take a W.
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Wes. He was working hard out there. You know, he works hard up there with some booths, so we figured we'd let him come out and have a little bit of fun. What do you guys think of the Spectator Races? Yeah, fun stuff. Next time you get your car, beat this. Somebody's got to beat this guy. I don't want to have to interview him anymore. I have to talk to him all night long. But congratulations, Wes. Well done. We'll see you back up in the tower.
Go to patreon.com/speedwayvideo now.
Alongside the 52 of John McCart and then Dan Webb, the 5 cars that survived even start this second feature here. Wes is making his way back up into the tower just in time. Get this a lap, buddy. Here we go. They're coming back to the show. Off the cars. caution. Rocking out the second time. The caution is out. We need to get our emergency personnel from the infield up to this side of the speedway. So that is the reason for the caution here. We have a situation. Our EMS crew is headed up to the other side of the racetrack. So that is the reason for the caution. And good breakthrough for the 25 of Dan Webb. He's able to bring it down pit road, but he's making a hard left turn. Boy, our winner from earlier looks to be out of it. Man, the Bombers having some attrition here today with these double features. Maybe McCormick can get up on the wheel and challenge him with a 44. That's pretty strong. Right out of the previous car. Hold on to lead though into one. Delancey takes a shot out of there in one. Shot down the McCormick. On the high side, oh, the 44 shuts down. And the 5 car just no wrecking around him. Boy, oh boy, new leader though, the 52 of McCormick. John McCormick now the leader as the bell. The leader jumps down. Man, oh man. Like Ron said, the car was shut down. That just opened up the door for everybody else to go around. It's not a great start. You have to wonder if something happened there. Have a move way off the pace. And we have a battle for second. Here comes Mike McCormick. Father somehow running 1 and 2. It's not happening to Mike. Never ran 1 and 2 before in a race with more than 2 cars. So this is something great for those who are going to John McCormick showing that. That car knows stranger to victory lane this year. He holds across to victory many times, but now John McCormick behind the wheel and pick up his now the Bombers really get out. We might only have to do a pretty distance race in the 5 car. On the second, but he's way up the racetrack at 2. They have a big lead. but man, but right, as you mentioned that, Underback it's one of the most interesting passes from the top of the bottom. On the top. 44 is not firing, Ryan. 44 is underpowered. He is not firing. He's in 1-2 right now. Sounds like he is not underpowered. Looks like he's going to be a really not get mode as soon as he can. And we're not really going to finish this game. That's the point. You know, and double features proved to be a lot for this bottom up. Ryan, way in at the bar, it's last call. These guys are ready to bring it on home. They're ready to go. Here comes that white flag. He's been looking for this flag for the last night. That's it now. Leaving the car, he started the season. They take over his first position. Now he's going to have a lap to go. He's going to get it. While he's looking crazy of having a three. Here comes performing in the three. Survive the wild night from our races. I believe this is the first time father and son have been equal. And then in third place is John Clancy in F77. And the 44 of Jared Zabel looks like he will be able to finish this race. He got that car back under fire. And he's going to get a top 5, ladies and gentlemen. Top 5 is Jared Zabel at 44. By 2.5 kilometers. Fox come home 1 and 2. The Superstars moving the stage here. That's going to be an exciting race. But here he comes, John McCormick, your winner. Make some noise for us. John will get you to cover out in front of the car here. Grab a few words with you. Big smile on your face. How's that feel to get the victory? 1 and 2 for the family today.
Feels really good. We want to thank Burns for the awesome sponsorship. I don't have for the whole field today because I'm sort of dissipated. But we'll take it, man. We'll take it. It's exciting.
Anytime it falls into your lap, you got to take advantage. And, you know, you started off driving the car that you beat. Is that kind of weird seeing that car in your rearview mirror as you're looking to get your first one of the year?
My son. Yeah, he's perfect. He ran a really, the line he was running was really great. They didn't put on that water coat that they did last time. But we're just happy with the way this car ran. And thank you, fans, for coming out. Enjoy the show. And go to Merckx.
Hey, not a bad day for the Merckx. Dan had trouble in that one, but he won the first one. He won the second one. So congratulations on a great night for the whole team.
Thank you. Thanks, Mike.
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for John McCormick as he gets his first win of the year.
Go to patreon.com/Speedway Video now.
So, what's going to happen here? Joe kind of thinking that already going on paper, works his way down the road, and the free flag is out. Dale Howard in the top 5. He's got the full game. Here we go. First one, and look who it is out front. Bobby Holly is the whole shot. To the back like a rock. Almost sees him almost out of the top 10. On the roller, top of the Highlander.
two top drivers. It looks like Cole getting out of his car right away.
Cole goes over to the window of my Kamado. That was a hard crash there, ladies and gentlemen. Something that just went down off of 16. It's all right. Really a top job. Just ready to take it out because I have weight on it. Right? You see Bill Howard come around. Looks like he doesn't have any more problems to that tin can that he's driving, other than what's already peeling off of it there. But nonetheless, he's still on the track, and he's still rocking and rolling. Now, I'm wondering if they're going to make him peel that off, or is he still going to be within the rules? I think they didn't bring him down under that laptop, so I think that he'll be okay. Glad that everybody feels okay. Definitely a tire down, and they continue to work on the rest of my Kamado. They were in a very similar crash not too long ago, and that's already in a week, so they've got work to do as well in this crash. And we'll get that away right after the break. We have to start 25 rounds down, 25 to go. Bobby Holly, your race leader, to get ready to go back green. Here they come off of corner number 4.
And then coming in third place is Charles King Jr. That's three top threes in a row for that 38 car. Enjoying young driver. Right there. Let him hear it. Bobby Holly, first win of the season. There's nothing but joy down here in Victory Lane. Get a couple photos here before we get the interview in. Bobby, every single week, you come so close, you're hanging out, you're completely sideways in these corners. We always say it looks like you're on a dirt track out here. And somehow, something always happens. However, tonight, you get that monkey off your back and you get it done.
Tell you what, my hands off, hats off the 45. That kid can drive. He's going to win some races here. You know, I mean, clean. Had to do what I had to do again, but I mean, it's patience. That if he got out there, I was going to let him go. That kid can drive.
All races, seemed like you had somebody that was just right in your mirror. There's at one point, the whole top 10 could have been thrown under a plate hit. You've seen two of the points leaders wreck right in your mirror. What was going through your mind when you saw that happen?
Well, I figured if they race long enough together, I might be able to stay out ahead. But I want to thank Jimbo for spotting Steve Knight. That guy spot. He's telling me everywhere they were at, where I needed to go, and I was trying to drive it. It always happens that way. I want to thank Gary on the sport, especially Steve Hall. I don't know if he's here or not. He's on YouTube. Thanks for the tire, Steve Hall. Just live for you, bud. Take on the sportswear, and make all my shirts for me. Global Roofing. Agmt Construction. Hey, everybody that helps. I want to thank my girlfriend, my grandson, he's the one who's up there. He's always trying to think something around here. But I want to thank all of my crew. Aaron, Jay, Ellen, Ryan, Aaron's wife. Thankfully, Aaron, he got the thing going pretty good. We were still, we were a little off. It worked out for us.
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up one more time for Bobby Holly, tonight's Scoop Stock winner.
Travis Suka, what a run, buddy. You are getting better and better behind the wheel of this thing, and you heard what Bobby Holly had to say. If you want to earn respect, you just did it here tonight, young man. Great run. How did it feel to come up just a little bit short, but still have a great run?
You know, it's a lot of fun coming out here. I don't know. I wish I could get up and get by him, but he's fast.
Well, he's a veteran here. He's had many laps around this place. You're still getting used to this car, but a third a couple weeks ago, and now a second tonight. And Bobby said it himself. I think we'll see it here in Victory Lane in not too long.
I hope so. That'd be awesome.
You got a lot of people who like you. Thanks for helping you get this done. You got a big crew here in front of you.
Yeah, I like to thank my mom, my dad, everybody that comes down to Dr. Hill, Kellyanne Sprinkler, and Delegati Graphics. And my dad a lot.
For helping us. Well, you did a wreck tonight. Spectacular run. Way to go, young man. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Travis Suka, a rising star in these Super Stocks. Now for another young man who had a good run. Charles King Jr. to come home in third here today. Pretty good run. Looks like the thing got a little bit loose there at the end.
Yeah, it's pretty loose. It's only my second time driving the car. I didn't even know what kind of race today until I got to the track 40 minutes before qualifying. Fun though.
It looked like a lot of fun out there. I mean, you came home second in the 50-lapper earlier, third tonight. So when you're here, we know you're going to be a factor. You were up there battling with those guys. What did you need to get by them?
And you did nice. That's for sure.
That's all it would have taken.
Yep.
Do you have anyone you'd like to thank for helping you get here to third tonight?
I think my dad when he drive the car. For setting up the car. And then everyone else came out to support me.
All right, a lot of youngsters coming up through the ranks. Congratulations on third place, ladies and gentlemen. Charles King Jr. Make some noise for him.
Go to patreon.com/Speedway Video now.
The 77 car here has the turn 4 and hit the low line as soon as possible. You probably saw the smoke coming out of the race is as well for those cars. Looks like we built the roller cars right out of the back of it. Call that the 0 sugar. Sure, alright. Go forward and what we got here on the top. That's the fun of the season. It's not how close they got together a couple of times. We have our motor Dodge pace truck make his way around 3 more. Final 7 laps of race. We'll see if we can settle this one. Or the inside here on the restart. We'll see what happens. 77, Shear table. Dan Shear showing that he's got some other restart. Machine. Man, I wish they still made cars that look like that. Jody Bedeen, able to get the win his first time in Nau Smyrna Speedway. Tell us how you made it happen tonight.
Oh, well, you know, I was just trying to stay out of trouble in the whole thing. So, you know, I had a couple opportunities where a couple guys split up. I went there, and once I got my line, I was able to keep it.
Danny definitely made sure he put the pressure on you, especially in those last 5 laps there. He was able to decrease that gap and really make sure you're looking in your mirror. What were you thinking the last couple laps there? He's trying every line he could.
I just kept telling myself, make sure you stay your line. Stay your line, and it'll be all right.
All right, and just a last quick word. Tell us a little bit about this car. It's a beautiful vintage car. Awesome ride what you got here. What exactly is it?
It's an old NASCAR Pro Series car. 1978 NASCAR Pro Series car.
That is awesome. And anybody that you would like to...
Yeah, this thing's going on this car. When he comes back, you'll see Jody, the rocket moping, That's going to be on this car. He's my driver for this car.
Well, how about that? Mr. Modi earns his way into a ride tonight. Congratulations on the win tonight.
Well, we'll try to pass them. I don't know this stuff.
Yeah, man. All right, sounds good. And we're going to move on to the winner of the other series.
Kurt's still sitting in the car, so we'll do this old school. Kurt, you bring it home in one piece tonight. Bring it home in a win. Did you have fun out there?
Well, I'd like to thank the SNS racing team, especially Kobe Smith and all my family and fans that are out there. And real honor to be sitting in this spot right now.
Those have been fun. Now that we've brought this series back to New Smyrna, it's just fun to come out here and have fun with these old race cars.
So we come out of our pocket every weekend just to be out here to have fun. And I got a lot of brothers and sisters that are out here rooting for us. Two of my brothers racing with us in this class. And we encourage more drivers to come out and compete with us.
Well, hey, we've enjoyed having you. Congratulations on the good run tonight. We hope to see you back here. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Kurt Hatton, bringing her home tonight with a win in his class.
Go to patreon.com/speedwayvideo now.